Hello to my fellow history lovers. I am author Eileen Schnabel, author of the Kept Westgard Time Travel to the American Revolution series, and we are on day 3 of 6 of famous battles. And I think I said this before, but I'll say it again. If you can learn these basic battles, you have a pretty good grounding. Just like 3 minutes a day, go through these battles, and you'll have, honestly, probably more of an understanding of some of the backdrop of the American Revolution than most Americans. So here is number 3, and it says, who won the Battle of Long Island, the British or the Patriots? And the answer to that is the British. It is a devastating loss for Washington, and it comes on the heels of just weeks after we have finally gotten the Declaration of Independence signed. And if you've been following along with me in the book club for John Adams, you know that things are shaky and that was tough. But then comes, and they worded this exactly right, the Long Island disaster, because that's what it is. Here's a map of it. And that guy in red there is the British General Howe. So it is so far there have been smaller things. There's been battles of Lexington, Concord, Bunker Hill, but this will be the biggest battle to date. There's 40,000 soldiers involved, and that's British and Hessians and Americans. And they arguably, you could say, they sweep the floor, right? With the British sweep the floor. They've essentially won the battle, and now they're just going to come in and collect all the Americans. But then two amazing things happen, and this is why it's one of the famous battles. So they've lost. They are basically about to be swept up and captured. A lot of them have been captured already, and those who were captured often won't make it home because they'll die on prison ships. If you've read about the conditions on the British prison ships, they were horrific. But so the two things that happen that save the day, one is fate, and that is a thick fog. So it sort of just quiets everything down. There's a heavy, thick fog you can hardly see. And the other thing is the amazing fishermen, American fishermen, under a guy named Colonel John Glover. And so it says these rugged, sea-weathered men weren't soldiers. They were sailors, but they rowed all night through rough waters and thick fog, silently ferrying thousands of soldiers and cannons across the East River. Not one was lost. Not a single boat capsized, not a single man captured during the retreat. It was an act of grit, timing, and teamwork that literally saved the American Revolution. So now we're, post-revolution, and if you've been reading along in my book club, which you're welcome to join, I'm just starting chapter 4. This is David McCullough's John Adams. Washington is at an all-time low, sort of emotionally, and he writes, his army was falling apart. Washington informed John Hancock bleakly, and this is what he says: to place any dependence upon the militia is most assuredly resting on a broken staff. The men, basically, are lacking every kind of military skill. And when they oppose troops who have regular training, discipline in themselves, and are superior in arms, it makes them timid and ready to fly from their own shadow. So one of the things I think that I take away from the American Revolution is the incredible ability to keep hope when it must have seemed like the bleakest of times, and to keep hope that this is still possible. So I guess I'm going to get a little sentimental here, but whatever you're trying to do, whether you're building your business, you're raising children, running for a political office, just remember that we come from pretty stern stuff. So if you're American, you sort of have this legacy within you to stick it out and have a lot of grit. So anyway, thank you for letting me share, and I will see you tomorrow.